Hello, this is Ancient Gamer 1, and I'm going to play the game 1001 Nights, The Adventures of Sindbad. This is a game that follows the adventures of Sindbad. Now, you might have heard of Sindbad before. He is a traveler who hates Jews, and when he was young, his family was massacred by descendants of Jews known as the YMCA, and ever since he cannot bear the sight of Jews. It doesn't matter, any kind of Jews, orange juice, apple juice, and he goes on an adventure of going under the sea and picking up objects for no reason. The plot is a bit unstable. There's no text anywhere in the game. All I know is that you have to pick up objects. This is the second object game I've played for this channel. You might remember I reviewed the game 10 Days Under the Sea, where I talked about hidden object games. As you might know by now, hidden object games are made by people in Hindu societies who fall outside of the caste system. I think they're known as Dalis, and in between their hours of cleaning dust and excrement off the endless streets, they develop these games. This hasn't been proven exactly with empirical evidence, but logically it's been proven. Hidden object games are very good if you have severe multiple mental disabilities, or you enjoy games that have no aspects that are fun. Then hidden object games are for you. Or if, sometimes these come with windows, so sometimes they're okay to play to pass the time if you have no internet connection and no self-respect. So here, as you can see, Sindbad is collecting an hourglass. To count the time, how long he can stay without breathing under the sea. And he's collecting this symbol that belonged to his great-great-grandfather, who died in the Civil War back when Bill Clinton was in command of the Food and Health Committee. And And he's also collecting a telescope. It's actually a reverse telescope that allows you to minimize things so far that you look into quantum particles, observe their movements, and then he dives into the particles like it's a swimming pool, transforming like it's a ballet, spinning, turning into a rose, and traveling through the universe. Suddenly his whole body becomes a rose, and his feet become sandhogs and start spinning around, and his head emerges and his hair just flails around to all sides gorgeously and turns into guitar strings, which he then proceeds to grab and strum and play the 7th sonata by George Beethoven. And he sinks into the quantum particle, and the quantum particle is himself. He's looking in a quantum particle in himself. So he goes into himself, into a quantum particle of his own, and inhabits a quantum particle that actually belongs to him, and then suddenly infects the other particles as well. And each quantum particle in his body becomes him infinitely. And the same way, he himself, the person who jumped into the quantum particle, is a part of another collection of quantum particles which produce another Sindbad. It goes that way infinitely, both outwards and inwards. And then he stabs the very core of his own quantum particle and kills it, and suddenly the universe explodes, and then in this explosion, right before the credits, it explodes and you see his face and it's smiling at you, and it's standing there smiling for 5 minutes, and then he looks at you, smiles, and says, it's all over. We're brothers of the broken bond. You were me all along. And then the credits roll, and then he emerges, and he is amazed by just the general misconception of prostitution. Now I just need to find the last telescope part, which there it is. Well, that's enough of this game. Goodbye.